The Philippines. A nation of breathtaking beauty and remarkable diversity, where land and sea intertwine to create a landscape unlike any other. More than 7,000 islands, scattered across the western Pacific, form a unique cultural tapestry shaped by centuries of migration, trade, and conquest. Each island tells its own story, woven together by the resilience and warmth of the Filipino people. But beyond its natural beauty and vibrant culture, the Philippines holds a position of immense strategic importance on the world stage. Its location at the crossroads of major sea lanes makes it a gateway between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, a vital link in global trade. Every year, trillions of dollars worth of goods pass through these waters, connecting Asia to the rest of the world. For centuries, this geography made the Philippines a prize for empires and a hub for commerce. Spanish, American, and Asian powers have all left their mark, drawn by the promise of wealth and influence. Today, it's at the center of a tense geopolitical drama, drawing the attention and warships of the world's most powerful nations. The stakes have never been higher as military presence grows and alliances are tested. The Philippines is a founding member of ASEAN and has a long-standing security alliance with the United States. Its role as a regional leader and partner is crucial in maintaining stability and peace. What happens here sends ripples across the Indo-Pacific, affecting economies, trade routes, and the delicate balance of power among nations. As of August 2025, the waters around the archipelago are increasingly crowded with advanced military vessels, each representing competing interests and unresolved tensions. The reasons are rooted in disputes over territory, resources, and the rules that govern the seas. Control over these waters means access to rich fisheries, vital energy reserves, and strategic advantage. To understand why, we must look beyond the headlines and into the history and high-stakes calculations shaping the region, a story of ambition, resilience, and the enduring quest for security and prosperity. The South China Sea, west of the Philippines, is more than a regional sea. It's a global economic artery. 1/3 of all global maritime shipping passes through these waters each year, carrying trillions in trade. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through the world economy. The sea also holds vast untapped reserves of oil and natural gas, making it a prize for energy-hungry nations. Its rich fishing grounds are critical for millions across Southeast Asia. Overlapping claims by Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, Taiwan, and the Philippines have simmered for decades, but China's sweeping claim, marked by the 9-dash line, stands out, encompassing nearly the entire sea. This line cuts deep into the exclusive economic zones of its neighbors, directly challenging their rights. China's expansive claim has turned this vital global highway into a potential flashpoint. The world is watching as tensions rise over control of these waters. The Philippines and China's dispute centers on islands and maritime features in the South China Sea, what Manila calls the West Philippine Sea. The Philippines bases its claim on international law, specifically UNCLOS, which grants rights within a 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. China, citing historic rights and the 9-dash line, claims much of the same area. This overlap has led to direct confrontations, Chinese vessels harassing Filipino fishermen, blocking supply missions, and asserting control over key shoals. China's gray zone tactics, coercion short of war, threaten Philippine sovereignty and livelihoods. Most visible is China's island-building campaign, turning reefs into military outposts with runways, ports, and missile systems. These fortified islands project Chinese power across the sea. For the Philippines and its neighbors, they are a permanent, intimidating challenge to regional stability. The response to rising tensions is unmistakable. Warships now patrol the West Philippine Sea. The U.S. Navy, with its carrier strike groups, leads a growing multinational presence. Japan conducts joint exercises and frequent port calls, while Australia steps up patrols and drills. European powers, UK, France, Germany, have also sent warships, signaling global concern. These deployments are deliberate, not random, a show of commitment to a stable, rules-based order. The Philippines' own navy is modernizing, but it's the combined presence of allies that sends the strongest message. The world is watching, and the gathering of navies underscores the shared interest in keeping these waters open. No single country can be allowed to control this maritime crossroads. The stakes are too high for the region and the world. The swarm of warships is a physical reminder of rising global concern. In 2013, the Philippines challenged China's claims through international arbitration under UNCLOS. The 2016 Hague Tribunal ruled overwhelmingly in Manila's favor, rejecting China's 9-dash line as having no legal basis. The ruling confirmed the Philippines' rights to resources within its EEZ. China dismissed the verdict, refusing to recognize or abide by it, and continued its activities in disputed waters. This defiance undermines international law and fuels ongoing tensions. For the Philippines and its allies, the ruling is a legal and moral foundation. Upholding it is about more than supporting Manila. It's about defending the principle that all nations must follow international law. Failure to enforce the ruling sets a dangerous precedent. That's why it's cited in joint statements and naval exercises. The ignored ruling remains a central driver of today's standoff. The U.S.-Philippines alliance, anchored by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, is a pillar of regional security. For over 70 years, this partnership has provided a foundation of stability and mutual trust in Southeast Asia, shaping the strategic landscape of the region. Washington has clarified, an armed attack on Philippine forces, public vessels, or aircraft in the South China Sea will trigger U.S. defense commitments under the treaty. This clear message is meant to reassure allies and warn potential adversaries. This stance is a powerful deterrent, raising the stakes for any aggressor. The visible presence of U.S. forces in the region signals that any hostile action will not go unanswered, helping to maintain peace and stability. U.S. Navy patrols, freedom of navigation operations, regularly challenge excessive maritime claims and assert international rights of passage. These operations reinforce the principle that the world's oceans must remain open and accessible to all nations. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement allows the U.S. to pre-position equipment and build facilities at key Philippine bases. This not only boosts the Philippines' own defense capabilities, but also enables faster and more effective joint responses to crises or natural disasters. Joint military exercises like Balakatan strengthen interoperability between U.S. and Philippine forces. These drills improve coordination, readiness, and trust, ensuring both nations can operate seamlessly together in times of need. The U.S. role is also diplomatic and economic, supporting the 2016 arbitral ruling on the South China Sea and investing in Philippine development. Through aid, trade, and technical cooperation, the U.S. helps build a stronger, more resilient Philippines. Washington works to build a coalition for a free and open Indo-Pacific, bringing together allies and partners to uphold international law and shared values. This collective approach amplifies the impact of each nation's efforts. Security here isn't just about warships, it's about resilient partnerships, shared interests, and the freedom of nations to choose their own path without coercion or intimidation. The U.S. presence is a signal. The region's future won't be dictated by force, but by cooperation, respect for sovereignty, and a commitment to lasting peace and stability in the Asia-Pacific. The growing naval presence in the South China Sea is not just an American story. It's a multinational effort, with countries from around the world stepping up to protect shared interests and maintain stability in these vital waters. Japan, heavily reliant on trade routes passing through the South China Sea, has emerged as a key security partner for the Philippines. Tokyo has provided advanced patrol vessels, cutting-edge maritime technology, and regularly conducts joint drills with Filipino forces, strengthening both nations' ability to respond to regional threats. Australia too has deepened its defense ties with the Philippines and other regional partners. By conducting joint patrols, participating in large-scale exercises, and openly supporting the 2016 arbitral ruling, Australia demonstrates its commitment to a rules-based order and regional security. European powers, including the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and Canada, have also sent warships to the region. Their presence signals that the principles at stake, such as freedom of navigation and respect for international law, are not just regional concerns, but universal values shared by democracies worldwide. These multinational deployments underscore that freedom of navigation and the rule of law are global concerns, essential for the prosperity and security of all nations that depend on open sea lanes for trade and communication. A new network of security partnerships is emerging, moving beyond traditional alliances to form a more interconnected web of cooperation. Countries are sharing intelligence, coordinating patrols, and building trust through regular joint exercises. The Quad, Japan, Australia, the Philippines, and the United States, along with other regional groupings, are making it increasingly difficult for any single nation to use intimidation or coercion to assert control over these waters. Coalition building is a key reason for the visible swarm of warships. By working together, these countries send a powerful message of unity and deterrence, showing that aggression will be met with a coordinated response. The message is clear: regional security is a shared responsibility, and no single nation can guarantee peace alone. Collaboration is essential to maintaining stability. The world is uniting to uphold the rules that keep the seas open, ensuring that the oceans remain free, safe, and accessible for everyone, now and for generations to come. Why are all these warships gathering? Three main reasons: defense, freedom of navigation, and deterrence. For the Philippines, it's about protecting sovereignty and building a credible defense. Allied warships send a message of solidarity. Freedom of navigation is vital for maritime nations. These waters must remain open to all. By sailing through contested areas, navies challenge illegal claims and reinforce international law. Deterrence is crucial. A visible, collective presence raises the cost of aggression and discourages conflict. The goal is to prevent escalation and create space for diplomacy. Warships are symbols, projecting power, intent, and reassurance. The swarm is a response to a deeper contest over the Indo-Pacific's future. It's a high-stakes effort to keep the peace through strength. The unprecedented naval buildup around the Philippines puts the region at a crossroads. The risk of miscalculation is real. An accident could quickly escalate into crisis. Tension threatens global trade, as the South China Sea is a lifeline for the world economy. Even the risk of conflict raises costs and uncertainty worldwide. Yet the coalition of nations upholding international law offers hope for a more stable order. By acting together, they reinforce the principle that disputes should be resolved by law, not force. The future depends on choices made in world capitals, confrontation or dialogue. The warships on the horizon are a stark reminder of the stakes. The hope their presence will deter conflict and preserve the peace and prosperity that depend on a free and open sea.